It all began so well, so perfectly. We come into this world special and unique creations. We began with trust and innocence. Too soon, we learn other things. It all starts in our family with our parents' criticism and violent rage, our siblings' jealousy. Then comes the pressure of school, our grades, our peer group. All in all, it's hard to conceive of growing up without it. Addicts, alcoholics, other compulsive addictive personalities suffer from it more than any other group. They've been damaged by it to the point of destruction and beyond. A great philosopher once said that we all need a sense of shame, but nobody needs to be ashamed. When we have a sense of shame, we have healthy shame. When we're ashamed, our shame becomes toxic. When our shame is toxic, it pervades our whole personality. We feel flawed and defective as human beings. We feel like we're worthless, we're empty, like there's something wrong with us. Toxic shame is the greatest block to human development of anything that we understand up to now. Toxic shame is the motivator of self-destructive behavior. It's like a life sentence in solitary confinement to never feeling fulfilled, to never feeling whole, to never feeling like you know who you are. And no matter how much that we try to cover it up, or a shame-based person tries to cover it up, there's always that hole, that torment of toxic shame that says, it's not right. You're a mistake. There's something wrong. Now, a lot of times we've confused shame and guilt, and it's real important to understand the difference between these two. That shame and guilt are not the same phenomena. Guilt develops later than shame. Guilt presupposes that there's some kind of an internal structure. Guilt is about transgressing something that I consider to be a value. Shame is pre-verbal. Shame is before we've developed any kind of internal structures. Guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am a mistake. Guilt says, I feel bad about what I've done. Shame says, I feel bad. I am bad. Guilt says, I'm wicked. Shame says, I'm worthless. Guilt said, what I did was no good. Shame says, I'm no good. Guilt says, I did something wrong. Shame says, there's something wrong with me. See, so one is about being, shame, and the other is about doing. See, if I made a mistake, there's a way back. But if I am a mistake, there's no way back. So shame, toxic shame, feels hopeless, like there's no way back. Now, I said that there was a healthy sense of shame, and that's important for us to look at. Healthy shame is part of our basic emotional power. Our emotions are energy in motion. That is, we need the fuel, the energy that our emotions give us in order to get our needs met, in order to protect ourselves. Like our anger is our strength. Our anger moves us to fight for our dignity. Our fear moves us to run away from something when it's dangerous. Take your hand out of the fire. Our sadness moves us to tears so that I can finish the past and have my energy available for now. My joy is the energy that allows me to celebrate and to rejoice that I've got my needs met. My shame is the energy that lets me know that I have limits. It lets me know that I'm limited, like when you blush when you lock your keys in the car, or you go out unzipped, or when you go into a new and strange situation, you feel a little shy. See, that's that healthy shame kind of warning you that there are limits here and be careful. So healthy shame is an important thing to have. Healthy shame lets us know what it is to be human. It gives us permission to be human. When you have healthy shame, you can make a mistake. When you have healthy shame, you know you need help. You're vulnerable. And as Nietzsche said, shame safeguards the spirit. So with healthy shame, we know we're not God. Healthy shame is the source of our spirituality. Healthy shame is our humility. Now, what happens? How is it possible that we become ashamed? What is it that happens when that healthy shame turns into the toxic shame? And what happens is that we've had a significant relationship. You can't have toxic shame except in significant relationships. The more significant the relationship, the greater is the potential for toxic shame. Now, of course, the most important relationship in our life were our primary source relationships, our caretakers, our survival figures, our parents. If our parents were shame